Hello, everyone. Hope you all are doing great. Welcome to our today's session of Meet the Global Leader. This webinar is organized by School of Entrepreneurship Development. The objective of this webinar is to share the professionals, entrepreneurs' journey who are from different countries with the audience who are actually students studying at universities so that they can understand how they have been doing things, how they develop skills, and how they implement skills in their day to day work, and some professional insights and lessons learned from their experiences with the students so that they can understand how it is like to be an entrepreneur or a professional so that it actually helps them to broaden their mindset as well. So today we have invited Miss Shakira. She is the founder and CEO of TechPub Hong Kong Limited, and she's an entrepreneur, inventor, and project director with a passion for innovation and technology. As the CEO and founder of TechPub Hong Kong Limited, a wellness pet tech company, she has developed cutting-edge solutions such as the AI-powered smart vest, TechPub Huge Waste, and the TechUp app, a community platform for pet parents, and a strong background in entrepreneurship, environmental science, and international business communications. She has led multiple successful projects, securing funds from campaigns and investors. So today, she's also a researcher at the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. So throughout her career, she has demonstrated her ability to lead teams of over 20 individuals driving projects forward with her innovative approach and vision. So we are thrilled to have her share her insights and experiences with us today. Shakir, welcome to our session.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Great. Shakira, if you share about your student life, how was your student
hmm
life, and
Okay.
some of the experiences like academics, extracurricular activities with our audience, it will help them to understand
Sure.
more about you.
Sure, of course. Yeah, I'll share about my. I'll start with my undergraduate because that's how I got into university. It was my first experience as a student, and I remember at the time I wasn't quite sure yet. I knew I had like a lot of passions, a lot of interests, but I wasn't quite sure yet exactly which path I wanted to follow. And so going to university for me, it was very much of an exploration and like being at university and being exposed to all these different courses. So I studied actually, yeah. So I studied business communication, and I chose this program because I always knew that I wanted to be my own boss, basically, and but I didn't know exactly what yet at that time. So yeah, as I said, it was very much a time of exploration, meeting people, networking. I got the opportunity to do my exchange in California for a year, which was also a really great business program. So I feel that university can be a great place to get a lot of inspiration and to be around a lot of like very smart people as well. It can be like mentors, other students, build your networking. And yeah, so I don't think that like one way is the right way. For some people, they know what they want. They want to be a doctor or they want to be an engineer, which I think is amazing. But sometimes other people, like myself, they don't know straight away what they want. So I think still, like, even if you don't know what you want, try it out, go to university, try something out, try a program out, meet people, put yourself out there, and I believe inspiration will come your way and it will help you to figure things out better. So yeah.
So, how did you actually identify your passions and develop the
Mm,
skills necessary to pursue them?
okay, that's a very good question. So um, I always had like a lot of different sort of interests and passions related both to like work, career, but also perhaps like to health and spirituality and mindfulness. So I had a lot of different interests. And I think like what's very important is because often we believe that we need to live life in a certain way according to like a certain
The
structure
system, yeah.
and yeah, the system exactly. But I think it's very important to listen to like your own interests and your own personal journey. And if you're interested in, say, I don't know, you're interested in health, you're interested in sports, like go and try it out, see if it is for you or if it's not for you, but yeah, so, and through doing that, through like exploring also my interests, I gained a lot of skills, which at the time I didn't know how they're going to help me in my life, but later on, and like at the time where I'm now, I'm like, oh wow, I'm so glad I tried that out because I learned that thing. I learned, for example, I don't know, like networking, or I learned mindfulness. I learned like how to balance like life work balance and these sort of things, which at the time seemed quite random, but I'm so happy that I went for my passions, and I went and did what was exciting me. And now, yeah, I've developed all these like different skills, and they're like very helpful in my career, in my academics, and my people skills. And yeah, so yeah, I hope that
Definitely. So you
answers.
tried different things. Yeah. Like you've tried different things, like there's this kind of misconception about maybe developed countries or developing
Mm,
countries. Sometimes the mindset is different as you've been to
mm,
different places, countries. So, can you share a little bit about like like the mindset? Sometimes it is
mm-hmm,
like I don't want to take risks. I just want to like the fixed and less risk area
mm,
sector. So
yeah.
in that case, as a student, as they have not started their career or
Mm-hmm,
entrepreneurial journey yet, how they can utilize their this time before graduation in a best way by trying different things. If you suggest some, like activities, so how they can take or develop this kind of risk-taking skill.
mm-hmm. A risk-taking skill, you said. Okay, so when we talk about risk, we often think that it's like, oh, it's something big and scary and dangerous. But we can also just take like small risks, like baby steps, and maybe something that scares us, but it's not like, or it's not going to majorly affect, like, I don't know, our life, like on a bigger scale. But just like a small thing, like by doing little things that scare us, I feel we create or we reprogram ourselves as well to understanding that, oh, it's not that dangerous, or it's not that scary, but like little. Let me like think of an example. What could be an example? I don't know, say there is like a student, yeah, who has like a passion for entrepreneurship, and um, okay, this is a good one actually. So I see there are like sometimes, I'm not sure if that's also the case in but in, yeah, in your country, but there are like competitions where you can like compete. You have like an idea, you apply for a competition, but often students are scared to apply because they think that, oh, I'm not good enough, or my idea is not good enough, or whatever, and I think like, yeah, just do it, try it out, you don't have anything to lose. So like by taking risks where you don't really have anything to lose, I think is a good way to start. And then, you build it up, because at some point, yeah, when you are in business, then you do take risks where you can lose things. But to start with, yeah, just start small, I think.
Definitely, and this is very important. I mean, um, participating in local and international competitions, because
Mm-hmm.
there are so many competitions in local and international field that
Mm-hmm.
students should participate. Like you mentioned that nothing to lose, and
Yeah,
sometimes like people get full funded, like trip,
right.
present their ideas
Yeah,
around the world
yeah,
and so
yeah,
many
yeah.
countries. So they
There's
should
only
explore
something
it.
to win. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
so these are the best way to actually
Mm,
test their skill sets, and also to
mm,
like also to test whether they are ready to start their own venture, or what are the necessary
yeah,
things they should have before starting
exactly.
or their career in the
Yeah,
business. So this is very
yeah,
important.
yeah.
So
I agree.
tell us a
And
little bit
also,
about. Yeah, very sure.
sorry, yeah, I'd like to add just one thing to it. Because yeah, we define like risks as like something that is scary, right? I think, and that's like how you understand as well. Like, just do things
Yeah,
like that seem a little bit scary, and it's like the risk that you learn to take then, and yeah, become more comfortable with it as well. So yeah.
yeah, trying new things is an adventure, so they should
Mm,
like move all forward if they want
right,
to. So
right, exactly. Get out of your
so
comfort zone. Very
definitely.
important. Getting out of our comfort zone. Yeah.
And it tells about your organization like TechPub Hong Kong Limited, and
Hmm.
why did you find this start this company, and operations, and your experiences as an entrepreneur by running your own company, how it is um, look like, like in a startup, how important it is to have a great team, and how do
Okay.
you lead people. So if you share a little bit about organization, what it does, and all about your team members. So how do you select
Mm,
team members, and
mm,
also the importance of having great team members in a
mm,
startup,
mm,
and
mm.
also a little bit about leadership skill.
Okay, okay, sure. Yeah, so Tech Pop Limited, Hong Kong, we are creating wellness and longevity for animals through innovative technological solutions, basically. And we currently, our flagship product or our main product that we're working on is the Tech Pop Hug Vest, which is an AI powered vest for dogs that is able to monitor dogs' health through a sensor that we're building and operate as an emotional translator. So we collect data, and then through collecting the data and putting that in our AI model, we're able to tell if dogs are feeling sad, anxious, happy, or like different range of emotions, so that we can help pet owners understand their pets better, and yeah, create both like well-being for pet owners and for the dogs as well. And yeah, and so I came up with this idea basically because I am personally a huge animal lover. And when I came to Hong Kong, I saw, which was also, I was really impressed actually by that. I saw that it's a very like, people really love animals here as well, and dogs especially. And you see a lot of people having their dogs and pets, and they're treating them as their children, and it's quite, yeah, it's quite interesting. And to be honest, so because of my own like passion basically for animals, but also my background in business, I saw a business opportunity. And I think it's very important to like, keep your eyes open and to like observe things. And that's like what I do usually. So I saw this and I saw like, oh, there's really like a business opportunity for a product like this or for a company like this in Hong Kong. And yeah, so and also talking about the team, at the time I was by myself. um, but I knew how important it is to have like a good, strong team, both for building your product and because you don't like, it's like too much to do. You can't do everything by yourself. And also, honestly, for funding. So it helps if you have a strong team, you're going to find more investors. So it's like also for the money thing, definitely. Um, but yeah, in the beginning, it was like I didn't really know like how, like I knew how to get people on board, but because I was new to Hong Kong as well. So, but yeah, because I was at the university, I was surrounded by really like intelligent people and PhD students, and there were other animal lovers as well. And then I started talking to people, and I was sharing my passion and my enthusiasm, and then I found the right people. And I think, yeah, as like in terms of leadership, I think it's very important to be able to like to get people enthusiastic about what you're doing so that they can be motivated. So you don't want to like, be bossing people around. And I think it's really like you should all be on the same page, I think. And you just like, one motivates the other. And that really helps you to build and to move further on. Because I think staying motivated and yeah, I think that's like a really important part of yeah, team building, to share like, yeah, that feeling.
Great.
And
And
yeah.
it's very important that you came to Hong Kong for study.
Right, right. Yeah, Yeah.
and now
That's
you
right.
are owning a startup and running your business in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
like
Mm.
it's impressive. It doesn't matter, like in today's global world, like where
Mm.
you come from, wherever you are, you can, like do things. You can do business, you can work, you can mix with new culture, new people.
Mm.
So it's see, the mindset is very important. So, like
Mm.
at the times, like as a student, we mainly think about, like our own country, but there are so many opportunities outside
Right, exactly. And
for
that also comes
study.
to goes back to
Yeah,
the risk taking as well, because it seems like,
yeah,
oh my God, I'm gonna go, by myself to this new country, a new place. I don't know anything. But if you sometimes, you take that risk and you step out of your comfort zone, you can unlock like so many amazing things in life, and I think yeah, sometimes you just have to go for it. Of course, you need to assess the risk, and see like, okay, is it, you don't want to, yeah. But I think for me personally, again, it helped me a lot just to, I have a dream, I have a goal, just go for it, and you'll figure things out throughout the process. Just take it step by
absolutely. And
step.
also, like there must be some skill sets that you had, like before coming to Hong Kong or start your own business. So if you share what are the key skills that actually helped you, like start your own business or coping in a new country,
Mm,
that would be, like relatable to the students. If you mention one, two, or three key
mm,
skills that
key
you helped
skills.
you so far, yeah, to start this own venture, like settle there.
Mhm. Okay. I think discipline is very important, like knowing, um, yeah, like it just keep. I'm just gonna mention to you. Okay, so I guess for me, again, for my own journey, I think like discipline, probably focus and commitment. Like these are my three main ones, and I think it also applies to students because when you have a goal, you need to give up like, instant gratification. You need to sacrifice things. You need to give up things sometimes. And I think that's the discipline part. And it's really important, like to see the greater picture and knowing like what you're going towards to. And sometimes you have to give up things that make you feel good in the moment for, the greater achievement. So that's like one of my, maybe number one. I think discipline is very important. And which one did I say? Commitment, and what was the?
Risk taking, maybe.
No. I said commitment, discipline, commitment, and focus. Focus. Yes, that's the other one. So commitment. I think again, like choosing one thing maybe, and being able to stay committed to that one without getting distracted by all the other nice things around us sometimes. And um, yeah, just like I guess commitment and focus are also sort of interrelated, but yeah, and staying focused on your goal as well, like what you choose, just keep doing it and don't get
Yeah,
distracted by all the other,
you
yeah.
yeah, very basic things, but practice and like keep doing these things is very important.
Mm,
You
yeah.
did secure some funding, so
Mm,
as an entrepreneur or who
mm,
are who have startups, what do you suggest? Like, how did you secure funding for your startup, and what
mm-hmm,
advice do you have for students
mm-hmm.
interested in entrepreneurship?
Okay. So I secured my first funding through university actually, because we are a university funded project startup. And yeah, as I said, like in the beginning, we had our idea, and then I built my team, and then I saw that there was a competition, and I applied for the competition, and we won it like straight away. And then after that, there were some more competitions, and just like one after the other, we were winning, and then we won the other one as well, and then we got into an incubation program. But yeah, so I think if you're a student, you are very lucky actually, because I think usually through the university, there are a lot of funding opportunities. And this can be either through, like, as I said, like competitions, or it can be like certain programs, or sometimes the university has like connections with other like incubations or acceleration programs. So I think it's very, and also what's quite interesting is that most students don't know about this, because when I was an undergraduate student, I had no idea as well. So now, like, I became aware of it, and then I started to look into it. But actually, I think like most universities, they offer these sort of opportunities, and it's really just like do your research and see what's there, because I believe there is a lot of there are like a lot of resources that you have access to as a student, and just take advantage of them as you can. I think that's
Definitely. So, like it's all always up to this kind of mindset of
Mm.
exploring things out. There are so many solutions out there
Mm.
for who want to explore their career in professional sector or who want to be
Right.
an entrepreneur. They have to seek and start look out
Yeah.
for the opportunities and
Right.
solutions. Then they'll
Yeah.
definitely find it.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's that, going back like to that, like being like having like wanting to explore, having that curiosity, but not just staying with the curiosity, like also taking the action. Because I think often like we have like the desire that we want to explore something, but we lack action. So I think it's
Yeah,
very important to combine those things. And yeah, so action leads to many great
absolutely.
things. Yeah.
Cool. And if you share about how you're also a researcher, so
Mm,
how your research skill has been helping you in
mm-hmm,
multiple ways, like in your personal life, in your
mm-hmm,
entrepreneurial life,
mm-hmm,
and if you share about particularly about research skill,
mm-hmm.
benefits of
Um,
doing research.
right, right. So I think I've been a researcher since a child. I always was very, like, a very curious kid, and I always wanted to get answers to my questions. So I think that's also like one of my own personality traits. I would always ask a lot of questions. I would always like try to find answers in books and things like that. And so that's like sort of like how it started for me. And then, of course, like with academics and everything, and actually having like like a goal and knowing like what you want to research, and also with the technology that's available nowadays, I think we can get like many answers, and it's like it feels very rewarding as well to research like a certain topic that's of your interest, and then to find solutions to it, and to use those solutions for your, I know, depends like what you're researching as well, but like getting that data, and getting those answers, and then applying it to, on your research, on your life. I don't know, you don't necessarily need to be like an academic research. You can just research generally, but and again, also like with curiosity that comes, like getting answers, finding out like how you can support yourself, or how you can support your work. So yeah, I think that's important.
Absolutely. And
Mm.
what do you think about having a mentor
Mm.
uh, for
Hmm.
students? Importance of mentors for
Yeah.
students and also for entrepreneur as well. How do you
Hmm.
see it, and how do you see the significance of having
Right.
mentors for students, for entrepreneurs?
Right. I think having a mentor is mega important. I think because we can't have all the answers, and we don't want to be learning from our own mistakes and like our trial and error or all the time. So sometimes it's good to have somebody who already has been through what we want to experience, and they have the answers, or they can like help us and help us avoid making like mistakes. So I think having mentors is very important. And I think it's also like we don't need to just stick to one mentor. I think every mentor can have like, or like, yeah, different mentors can have like different expertise. So for example, also for myself, I have like a health coach, I have like a yoga coach, I have a business coach, I have like, or mentor, like a business mentor, I have a financial like advisor, mentor for my marketing. So it's like for different areas, I think you can have like different mentors as well. So I don't think, oh, you need to find like one person, one mentor, and he's going to have all the answers, because I don't think that's the case. Because a mentor, for example, that's like really good in, I don't know, say for example, like business development, or is a really good founder, he might not be so good in, I don't know, in health related, you know. So
Everything.
yeah, exactly. So you have to like really understand, like, okay, this mentor, he's really good in this, but he's not so good in something else. So I'm going to find another mentor in that area. So we need to be always like really critical as well, and also not get blinded sometimes, like, who he, like my mentor, he's the best in everything,
Yeah.
you know, because I
Sometimes,
don't
like
think,
people
yeah,
think, oh, he or she has a lot of work experiences.
yeah,
He or she is fit for a mentor. So,
yeah,
like choosing a mentor is very critical. Or sometimes,
very
sometimes
critical. Mm-hmm.
some percentage, some of the students think that their senior in their
Mm-hmm.
university is a mentor as well, but in a different way. But the mentor, the experiences and all
Mm.
the knowledge they should have is different, not like the
Yeah.
immediate senior. So
Right,
it is very,
exactly.
very
So we
critical.
always need to be critical and always ask ourselves questions as well, like, oh, can this person help me in this? Can this? And probably you will get like a lot of yes, yes, like this person can help me in this and this, but maybe not in a different area. So yeah, I think it's important.
Also, that thing, the point that you have mentioned already, that when you have multiple mentors, you cannot,
Mm,
like as a mentor, like that professional entrepreneur, that person has their his or her own work to do.
mm,
So if you continuously, if we have a mentor or we look for a mentor, we have to also
mm,
understand others, like mindset, their time. So we cannot continuously
definitely.
poke them. So it is very
Yeah,
important how
yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
actually interact
Yes,
as well.
very important, because of course they have their own life to live as well, and they can't constantly like hold us by our hand and take us through the darkness. So it's like, yeah, we and it's good to have a lot of different people around you and get different opinions and different perspectives as well, and then you take from that whatever, like how what suits better to your
Exactly.
yeah, to your experience.
Definitely. So, like in your research,
Yeah.
can you are researching with international fashion industry?
Hmm.
So if
Yes,
you
that,
step,
yeah,
like around the world,
business.
sustainability in fashion industry, people are talking a lot about. If you share in brief, very basic about what does it mean by sustainability in fashion industry?
Hmm. I think it's so this is, yeah, it's a very definitely a very current topic, sustainability and like most things, because yeah, the planet has been suffering a lot from all all the heavy like weight what's going. But yeah, so specifically for the fashion industry, sustainability, I think, because I work in the tech fashion department, so that is it's more, it's like also using like technology and so yeah, like using technology basically to come up with solutions to find more like sustainable solutions to different kind of problems that the fashion industry is currently facing. And I think that, which was also like, which I find very very interesting, and yeah, I'm also quite passionate about, is that we can like nowadays utilize technology to reduce the damage fashion is making. And this can be like from a perspective like in textile, it can be like waste management, like fashion waste management as well. And there are a lot of like projects happening currently. You've probably heard like, they're creating like digital fashion, or like outfit planning, or like outfit, how do you call it, like outfit
3D printing?
yeah, as well. Yeah. So there are like different ways where they're trying to address like sustainability issues in the fashion industry. And it seems quite promising, I think. And there are like a lot of good people and very intelligent people working on this. And but yeah, it's a journey, I think. And yeah, just being able to research that, and also like writing publications on it and understanding everything, I think that's, yeah, it's all very
It's a
interesting.
very tough job. I mean, not tough. I mean, in a sense, but like you have
Mm,
to study a lot and like also research and combine
mm,
all these in one topic. So, how do you actually manage your time as an entrepreneur and
mm,
as a researcher? How do you
mm.
balance your time?
Um, I do tend to work many hours, to be honest, but it doesn't really feel like work because when you do something that you love, it feels more like play to me. So I like doing things that I'm passionate about, and yeah, it takes a lot of hours from my like day, I would say. And I think you need to manage your time, I think, and because we're still like at a quite early stage with our startup. I I still have some time, to do something else. But yeah, I will see how that will go in the future.
Great. So, like student, professional, entrepreneur, everyone uh, goes through challenges wherever they are.
Mm-hmm.
According to you, how students especially
Yeah.
should like tackle challenges whenever they are in a challenging situation, how they
Mm.
can actually tackle that challenging situation, and based on your experience, if you share some advice on that.
Okay. Could you give me an example as what sort of challenge?
So for students, say for example, sometimes they think, oh, I want to work for, say for example,
Mm.
I want to work in banking sector, but I don't have any basic knowledge, or I don't
Mm.
know how it works, how it functions. So maybe I don't have this skill, I don't have communication
Mm.
skill, I don't have, like internship. So this type of, like challenging situation, mostly
Mm.
when they are at the last semester, so they
Yeah.
find like it's a challenging situation for them
Right.
that oh, I
Right.
don't have
Right.
this, I don't have these skills, I don't have that.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
terms of
Yeah. Yeah.
entrepreneurs, like
Right.
oh, I don't have the sale, or
I
there
think,
is no revenue.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand. Yeah, I think we all go through challenges and they're never fun to be in. And I think, like, also what I've learned is that it's very important to try to stay calm. Like, as soon as we start to freak out and be like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like, I can't do this. It's all too much. It's too stressful. Da da da. I think like then we kind of lose it as well, and we don't have clarity of mind, and we don't really know like what the right answer is to our current situation. So I find, because I practice a lot of mindfulness, and for me it has helped me a lot to be able to stay present and to stay calm as well. And that's like also one of the characteristics I think like entrepreneurs really need to master, is like being able to stay calm in challenging moments. And I think it also applies to students because of course I understand they're like going through a lot of challenges, and it's like also with their exams, and they're like about to be put in like career, or they want to follow like their career path, and sometimes there are no jobs, or they're not the jobs that they want to do, and like all these things. And I think it's like it's just, yeah, it's all part of life, and I think our challenges can be great teachers for us, I think. And even if sometimes things seem like they're not really working out for us, I think like being able to stay calm in those situations and going through it and trying to understand like what the lesson is as well to learn in those challenging moments. And yeah, I'm not sure if that's like the right answer, but that's like what I would advise to my undergraduate Shakira self. Like,
no,
don't freak out.
that's true.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
fine. You're gonna figure things out anyway.
We always have to have this, like in a personal, professional, or in
Hmm.
any sector. We always have to have develop a solution mindset. Like
Yes,
whatever situation we face, if we have the solution mindset, because every problem has a solution. So if we
exactly. Yeah,
develop this solution
yeah,
making mindset, seeking
yeah.
mindset, we will actually, in any
Right.
situation, will definitely tackle and
Right,
overcome.
right, right. And stressing out and being,
Yeah.
like nervous and anxious, and like it doesn't help the situation. I think it
Also
just
block
adds
the,
more.
like the solutions and
Mm.
um, thinking capability also blocked
Yeah.
because of this, like
Right. Right.
freaking out.
Exactly.
So, like for students,
Mm.
what do you suggest before graduation,
Mm-hmm.
how they can actually develop themselves for their future career?
Mm-hmm.
What skills and knowledge they should develop
Mm.
before graduation, according to you? If you share some
Mm.
advice.
According to me, okay. Whew. Well, I'd start with trying out the things, or yeah, like trying to develop the skills that are like in alignment with the path you want to follow. So it's, I think this is very personal. There's not like one size fits all. I think, yeah, it really depends on the person, on the student. Like if he's perhaps, I don't know, perhaps he wants to be an engineer, then he probably, it would be good to for him to take some, some AI courses, or anything that's related to his yeah, career of choice. So I think it's very personal, but I think it's, yeah, just understand, like perhaps like having a clear goal of what you want to achieve, and then thinking like, oh, what sort of activities, what sort of skills, what sort of like whatever, like would support me to achieve that goal, and then based on that you can choose yeah, what kind of extracurricular activities you want to take, what kind of skills, what kind of workshops, I don't know, sports class if you want to be a personal trainer, it's like no judgment, whatever it is, whatever your goal is, like just try, yeah, try to stay in that range. Don't just like go randomly and do all these sort of random things. I think it's like, yeah, having that is, yeah, it helps a lot, and that has
Yep,
helped me as well. Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Like sometimes, oh, I want to, like explore this sector,
Mm,
or I want to develop this skill, or I don't have communication skill, or I don't have leadership skill. So,
yeah,
like this kind of,
yeah,
um,
yeah. Oh yeah,
if you,
exactly. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. One thing that I also wanted to add. I think it's very important also to choose the things that you think you're lacking. So as you said, like, oh, perhaps I'm not so good with talking to people, and that can hold me back, or I'm not so good with, I don't know, like my marketing, or I'm not so good with, I don't know, I need to improve my coding skills, whatever, because I'm not so understanding, like, and I think that's like you have to reflect, like it has to do with an awareness as well, and like being really like honest with yourself, and understanding like, oh, where am I not so good in, or where am I lacking, and then going for the things that you think you are lacking and learning those skills. And it might feel uncomfortable, and it might not be pleasant, but there are great rewards for things that you know are difficult to do.
absolutely. And, like there's so many sources
Mm.
available online, like
Oh
there are
yeah,
so
for
many
sure.
sources to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
learn and develop.
So many free
Yeah,
resources from universities, program. Like you can find everything online nowadays. Like there's no excuse not to learn something. Like, oh, I can't afford it. Oh, I don't have the time for it. Like, yeah, there's always a way, and there are a lot of resources on the internet for sure.
absolutely. So it's actually the wish or will to do
Mm,
better is actually the main thing. So
mm,
for students, that if I want to do things, there are ways. So
right.
keeping that, thank you, Shakira, so much
You're
for your time
welcome.
and this insightful session,
Mhm,
because like this diversified,
mhm,
I must say, journey, definitely like share different insights and broaden the mindset of student, that it doesn't matter wherever we are from, we can explore the world, we can like do business, we can
mm,
work, travel, study abroad. So
yeah.
it's actually in it, we never know where we will end up, maybe tomorrow,
Mm,
or like in course of
exactly.
our
Yeah,
life.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that is
Definitely.
important. But the things that you mentioned, that focus, aim in life, discipline, like, and also the passion, things to know, what I like, um,
Mm,
what I love to do. That is very important because, as you mentioned, that it doesn't matter how many hours you work because you love what you do. This is very
yeah,
important, and
yeah.
definitely when you love what you do, there is no limit. Like, oh no,
Mm,
I work till from that time to that time. There is no limit. That is
right.
very important, and
Yes.
people, like mix it that, oh, it is very complex. So how can I find my
Mm,
passion? I have to do some test, stuff like that. This is not complex. Like if we
Yeah.
give time to ourselves, if we think about ourselves,
Yes,
we'll definitely
exactly.
find time. Because in this
Mm,
world, we mostly don't give time to us.
yeah. Yes,
Like we give time to
exactly.
social medias and other people. So
Uh,
if we give 5 or 10 minutes time to us what we love,
mm,
or like where I want to go or what I want to do, it is
mm,
all takes like maybe 5 or 10 minutes every day, or 30
exactly.
minutes to give time to thyself. That is very important.
Mm, exactly.
Second, thank you so much, like for your time and valuable lessons and insights,
Mhm.
advice. We hope that our audience who are going to watch it, they will learn so many new things from this session. And on behalf of School of Entrepreneurship Development, I wish you very best of luck. You grow and do well at whatever you do.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time as well. Thanks again for inviting me. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.